only in the round of 4 here, so stay tuned after this game, because we'll still have more games coming up for you. Introductions coming up in just a second, though, guys. Here we go. First off, spawning as our purple Protoss, 1/2 of Team Chrono Boost. I'm not sure if he's the Chrono or if he's the Boost, but he is definitely a great player, and he, of course, is going to be Azide. And then his teammate, the other half of Team Chrono Boost, spawning as our pink Protoss. We're going to have Superninja, and then their opponents spawning first as our yellow Zerg from Team Dignitas, and apparently he went to BlizzCon. He, of course, is dKiLLeR. And then his teammate spawning as our red Terran, GETSLAMT. So here we go, man. Scorched Haven. You know, I think this is a little bit interesting because we already see Azide and Superninja walling off on this low ground. And I gotta be honest, on this map, I like that move because they're the team that's going to be able to abuse that wall off on that low ground into the later game. Whereas with a Zerg player in dKiLLeR, it's going to be to their disadvantage if they can't really wall on that low ground. It's going to make it much more difficult for them to hold expansion should they even decide to take them.
Yeah, the biggest thing here is we're going to have to pay attention to Superninja Azide's placement of the buildings, because the placement of the buildings is an art form against TZ. Like I said before, Marauder lane compositions, it's very, very, very tough to wall correctly, assuming GETSLAMT actually goes for any kind of compositions, because a Marauder at the front of the base with a bunker placement is actually going to outrange any cannons that are being placed. So it comes down to basically where you wall, how fast you get the stalkers out, and you know, how you deal with the opponent pushes, because even if one building goes down, the Lings run in, and it's all over from there.
And I think we're actually going to get a Nexus first play here out of Superninjas. He is at 400 minerals, and yes, that is exactly what we're going to get. So Nexus first out of Superninjas, so they are definitely going to go with the more economical play. Do have at least a single gateway on the way here for Azide, which I do like, because that means that by the time they do finish off this wall off, they'll pretty easily be able to do with any Zerglings out of dKiLLeR. But of course we see dKiLLeR has his hatchery down and his pool up. Did put up his pool before that hatchery though, so it did end up going basically something akin to a 14 pool 16 hatchery build, it looks like. And it looks like behind this GETSLAMT is just going to go 1 racks into an expansion, so they are going to actually go for the expansion. SCV dies.
Oh, okay. Alright. Unfortunate there. Probably should have controlled that better, but like you said before, the expansion of Superninja getting close to complete now, and okay, this is where I was talking about. You see Azide's cybernetics core? He placed it intentionally a little further back to prevent that from getting sniped, which you know, I like very, very much. And we do see the CC of GETSLAMT finally going down there.
Yeah, and interestingly enough, we actually see Superninja and Azide have not just walled off. They're not going to have any units in this wall. They're actually going to completely just wall it tightly with a cannon here. So they, of course, can just remove that cannon later in the game in order to get out of their base. So they're definitely going to be playing defensively here, going for that firm and total wall in. Now, I am going to be interested, like you said, to see if they maybe go for a fast Marauder push or how they're going to follow this up, because GETSLAMT is adding on an additional just 2 barracks here to his front. So should be getting some add-ons on these barracks. Anytime you go 3 racks after a 1 racks expand rather than going for 4 racks, where you're going to mostly be having marine compositions, you typically are going to be grabbing some add-ons and some fast upgrades, playing a little bit more for the later stages of the game.
Yeah, I actually, you know, a Marauder push at the front now is going to come a little too late, especially since he just took both of his guesses.
I don't think he'd be doing it at all.
Yeah, it's just, you know, they got away with a good opening, Azide Superninja did, without getting punished in terms of maybe pressuring the front, but, you know, GETSLAMT and dKiLLeR are both very, very good macro players, and that's what they felt comfortable with, so it's perfectly fine too.
Yep, definitely agree with you there. We can see right now, all things considered, the harvester count's pretty equal. We do see, of course, GETSLAMT lagging a little bit behind, but of course he has mules, which will help him quite a bit to be equal with the other players. So all things considered, everything pretty equal, so it's really just going to come down to what metagame plays they do go with. We see Superninja actually going with the fast single Stargate, and we do have, of course, this Overlord of dKiLLeR in the base, now going to be getting out of there. Don't think he actually got that much scouting information just yet. Yeah, he does know that Super Ninja expanded behind this wall, so he did get that information. But not going to see this Stargate, and I'm going to be interested to see if they actually see this Stargate in time to react to it, because right now there's no defenses anywhere to deal with any kind of a Stargate play, and some Phoenixes could do a lot of harassment, even if it's just one Stargate Phoenixes for Super Ninja, so we're going to have to wait and see here.
Chrono Avoider, yeah, okay. I like that.
So,
I actually like that a lot. I feel like he's playing this